pattern here. Every video I talk about is something I'm going through. So I'm not going to ever talk about something I'm not personally going through. Now, I might not get it too into detail because it is like real life situations, and I don't want anybody to feel like I'm trying to attack them through like videos or put them on blast or what have you. But I thought about, okay, last week or a couple weeks ago, I randomly went on Facebook Messenger. I found someone that's like a sister to me. I went in our messages, I don't know why I scrolled up to old messages from years ago, years and years and years ago. And she was like trying to like counsel me basically. And me being the stubborn person I was, I felt like, she was attacking me. And I don't know if I said those exact words to her, but she was literally trying to impart wisdom into me, and I was not receptive. Now, granted, I remember what she was saying, so she basically like planted a seed, but it took for somebody to come, fertilize it and for me to grow. And obviously, growth does not happen overnight. But so I thought about that, and then I thought about my life today, and now the shoe was on the other foot. And so now I'm just like, I'm more compassionate because I'm reminded of how I was. Now, granted, I could use a little more compassion. That's not a lie. And we all have room to grow. Nobody's perfect. And so I'll never claim to be perfect. And I will just continue to bear the fruits of the Spirit. But I know that nothing happens overnight, and it took me a while to get it. Now, granted, early on, my grandma, she, was basically preparing the field so that people will be able to plant seeds, so that I will be able to grow and harvest, and the scripture that came to me when I was thinking about this, because I'm like trying to make sense of it all, because obviously nothing happens overnight. And so that's why I'm just like, forgive quickly and just keep being an example, keep showing compassion. And the same way I finally got it, those around me will finally get it. And so I don't have to keep bashing them, beating them down with the word. I literally just have to be that example before them. And so the scripture that came to my mind was Galatians 6:9. And it says, and let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. And so it just blessed my soul when that came to me, because sometimes I want to get weary in this well-doing, but I'm just reminded of how so many people didn't give up on me. So I cannot give up on those around me. And I just got to keep doing what the word says, and, bear the fruits of the Spirit, and just keep doing what God is calling me to do. And like, I know that it's not for me. It's not for my glory. It's for His glory alone. So I just got to continue to be in a position to allow God to use me. I have to decrease and allow Him to increase in my life, because I don't want to ever get to a point where I'm just like, oh, if it wasn't for me, this person wouldn't be that. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do whatsoever. That's why I don't talk about like my current situations. Like, I'm not like super specific with them. Now, those that are close to me, they may know, but I'm just not about to get on social media and blast my personal life, because that's not what it's for. Because I'm not trying to brag or boast in something that I know I have no control over. And so, yeah, I just say we just have to get to a point where we remember where we came from, because I'll never forget where I came from, because listen, the Lord has brought me a mighty long way. And it's so crazy, because like I used to hear that as a kid, ain't think nothing of it. And now look, I'm like, I know what you meant, Grandma. But I thank God that my grandma never gave up on me. And those around me, you know, obviously back in Jersey, you know, I'm 1 foot in the church, 1 foot in the world. Oh my gosh, that is the worst life to live. It is so strenuous and stressful. But I thank God for deliverance. Yeah, like they were still planting seeds, you know, and eventually someone else came and watered them. So you may not see the harvest. That's not what it's about. As long as God sees, that's all that matters. So to those who did plant seeds back in the day, hopefully you see it now and know that your labor was not in vain. Thank you all. I'm not going to call names, because if I start calling out names, then I might forget somebody, and you're going to have to charge it to my head and not my heart. But you know who you are. You know what part you played in my life, and I truly appreciate it. And thank God for you. Thank God for you not letting up on me, you know. And another scripture that came to mind when I'm thinking about this harvest and how we just have to continue to tend to what the Lord is placing before us. Luke 10:2. And it says, the harvest is great, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest that he would send forth laborers into the harvest. So that is my job, to now be a laborer. Like someone labored with me, I gotta labor with others. And because the laborers are few, there's not too many people that want to work with people that are supposed to be drawn back to God, you know. And it gets hard, and sometimes it's just like stressful, but God's strength is made perfect in our weakness. So it's okay to say you don't got it. You just got to fall on your knees and pray and ask God to strengthen you to be able to endure the test that is placed before you, because God will not put more on you than you can bear. So he's doing it for a purpose, and it's for his glory alone. And God is not going to start something that is not going to be finished. So just be in a position to be able to allow him to use you, because he does give us free will. So I just want to do what's pleasing in his sight, and whatever that may be, I'm just willing to do it. I'm a willing vessel for God to use me however he sees fit. Whatever that looks like, that's what I want to do. And I hope that if you're watching this, if you make it to the end of the video, my prayer is that you will do the same, especially in this time. This is a time where we really need to seek his face. Like, we really need to be open to the Lord's voice. Like, God, what is it that you want me to do? Where are you calling me to? What do you want me to do? Use me however you want. Thank you for watching. Continue to pray for me, and I will pray for you. And let's advance the kingdom. God bless.